We've been a leader in banking for more than 100 years. You'll find us here, at home, on your phone, and everywhere you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Sponsored by Renaissance Bank.
Good morning and welcome to Daily Journal Newsbreak for Wednesday, February 7th. I'm your host, Chris Kiefer, and we're going to take a look at the top news and sports stories from Northeast Mississippi. But first, let's start with your weather forecast. Today, we're looking at rain. That's a 60% chance of rain with a high of 44 and a low of 27. Looking ahead at your 3-day outlook, Thursday, sunny, high of 55 and a low of 32. Friday, more rain. That's a 70% chance with a high of 59, low at 48. And Saturday, rain again, 100% chance of rain, high of 64, low of 49. Let's take a look now at today's top headlines. Legislation mandating equal pay for women has passed the Mississippi House. The bill now heads to the Senate. In a surprise move on Friday, the House approved an amendment to another bill that would require gender pay equity. But the bill was held in the House for other issues. On Tuesday, the bill then passed by a 106-10 margin. Most of the members voting against it were Democrats who support pay equity but oppose the original intent of the bill. It prevents municipal governments from passing ordinances dealing with employment law, such as requiring a higher minimum wage than the state. Various groups and officials, including Republican State Treasurer Lynn Fitch, have been advocating for years for the state to adopt a gender pay equity law. But the legislative leadership has opted to not bring up the proposal for consideration. Representative Alice Clark bypassed the leadership by offering the amendment to an existing bill. The amendment would allow exception to the law, such as allowing pay discrepancies based on seniority. Fitch said a 2016 study she asked the state economists to conduct revealed the gender pay gap in Mississippi is 27% compared to 19% nationwide. A new faith-based initiative aims to work with area organizations to support food pantries. The initiative is a partnership between the Family Resource Center and the Baptist Association in Boonville. The Baptist Association Pantry feeds people in Prentiss County with food packages assembled by volunteers each month. The initiative is an effort by the Family Resource Center to network with area churches and faith-based organizations to offer education and financial support. The Resource Center also takes referrals for those whose needs exceed what churches can provide. Goals for the new initiative include providing support through life skills, literacy, after-school mentoring, and education. The Resource Center's sister organization, Families First, which covers southern Mississippi, already has a similar initiative. The center will dispense between $60,000 and $80,000 in food value each year to Prentiss County families. North Mississippi Medical Center's pediatric unit was on the move on Tuesday. The unit moved from the Women's Hospital to a new space on the first floor of the central tower of the main hospital. The new unit is a little larger, with more space for families. It also brings the resources needed to care for critically ill children closer to the pediatric staff. It also will make it easier to transfer young patients from the emergency department when they need to remain in the hospital. They no longer will have to leave the main unit on South Gloucester Street in order to reach the Women's Hospital campus on Easton Boulevard. The staff has been planning for the move for months. It has coordinated with other NMMC departments to get supplies, computer systems, and hospital systems organized. Later this spring, the staff plans to open a 4-bed pediatric intensive care unit. It will take over unused beds in the main intensive care, located 1 floor up from the new pediatric unit. And in sports, 7 college football players from Mississippi have been invited to the NFL Scouting Combine. That total includes 4 players from Ole Miss. The annual workouts take place for pro scouts ahead of the April draft. This year's event is scheduled for February 27th to March 5th in Indianapolis. The Ole Miss invitees are linebacker Marquise Haynes, defensive tackle Breland Speaks, offensive tackle Rod Taylor, and running back Jordan Wilkins. The other invitees are Mississippi State offensive tackle Martinus Rankin and tight end Thomas Jordan, and Southern Miss receiver Corey Robertson. Speaks and Robertson made themselves available for the draft after their junior seasons. None of the 7 projects as a first-round pick. ESPN's Todd McShay lists Rankin as the 6th best offensive tackle prospect. A total of 336 players were invited to the combined workouts. That does it for Newsbreak on this Wednesday. Don't forget that this show is just one of the many online offerings courtesy of the Daily Journal that gets you news off the page and on the go. Check out the Capitol View webcast each week with the Daily Journal's Bobby Harrison talking about the latest in state politics. On Tuesday's episode, he discussed proposals that would raise the gas tax, cut the income tax, require equal pay for women, and study the VOTEC curriculum. You can watch the replay in the video gallery on our website and on our Facebook page. And listen to the Prep Rally podcast for the latest in Northeast Mississippi high school sports with hosts Brad Locke and Dalton Middleton. Look for a new episode this afternoon in Apple Podcasts, Google Play, or at preprally.tjournal.com. And each story discussed on Newsbreak can be found in your Daily Journal or online at tjournal.com, where you can also catch a new episode of Newsbreak each weekday morning at 7 a.m. Thanks for joining us. I'm Chris Kiefer. Have a great Wednesday.